I applied to 100 reality TV shows, game shows, dating shows, whatever show would take my application to see if the common man, me, could enter the world of the Kardashians and make $1 million along the way. Here's what happened. Alright, I got a nice fat list here, and first and foremost we have the classic Survivor. The day I turned 18, I actually applied to this show. Roll the clip. What is up, Survivor Nation? My name's Tyler Oliveira, otherwise known as T-Money, and it's my 18th birthday. I had no chance, and I'm actually glad they didn't pick me because I just wasn't there, you know? Let's see what their application process looks like. So I need to make a video, send a picture of myself, and fill out the application. For those of you who don't know what Survivor is, to keep it simple, basically 18 people on an island. People vote out their peers one by one. At the end, one person wins $1 million. Alright folks, here's my completed video application for Survivor. Keep in mind the angle I'm coming from here. I'm pitching myself to a network producer, right? To get on the show, it may sound a little douchey at times, but hopefully you get the full picture of what I'm trying to communicate to them at least. So take it with a grain of salt, but enjoy. Yo, my name's Tyler. I'm 19 years old and I just dropped out of college 3 months ago. No joke, throughout the first 18 years of my life, my goal was to rise to the top of the academic hierarchy, get into a prestigious college or university, and make a ton of money. Literally, my entire first 18 years of life was spent studying, participating in random extracurriculars, starting clubs, running for class president, the entire academic shebang, right? But after I got into a decent college, UCLA, I realized that everything that I'd worked for, literally my entire life, I really didn't care about all that much, and I actually hated going to college. I remember calling my parents and telling them how much I hated my life at UCLA, at college, and they told me to stick it out. My friends told me it was the wrong decision to drop out and that I should stay there. Here I have my withdrawal forms. Do I drop out of college or no?
I don't think you should.
You have your whole life in front of your hands.
What is like 3 years?
But I think you need some sort of degree in education.
But at the end of the day, I said enough was enough, and I dropped out of college and became the master of my own destiny. So I moved out of Los Angeles and back to my hometown of Modesto, California, in pursuit of creating the greatest YouTube channel in the history of the internet. And I've been working on it ever since, no joke. Whether I'm challenging people to eat a Big Mac in 15 seconds for $10,000, or invading my city with an army of aliens, being able to pull off these stunts requires an ungodly amount of communication skills with random people, often people on the streets literally that I've never met, and of course valuable and legitimate interpersonal relationship skills between people that I do know to make these things possible. In fact, my entire job as a YouTuber is to sell myself as a person and to gain the trust of people all over the world from different backgrounds, lifestyles, beliefs, etc., to subscribe to me as a person, or in Survivor terms, to become a trusting member of my alliance, if you will. Heck, let's say I do have the necessary social skills to build relationships with my peers on the show without being perceived as a threat. Does this chubby buffoon have what it takes to survive on the island and to win challenges if necessary? And conveniently enough, it just so happens that I've been training for the last 40 days to become an indomitable physical force and to win challenges if and when it becomes necessary. There are too many old people on the show, and that's not to say that I couldn't work with them to achieve my own end, but it's time for the game to undergo a paradigm shift. It's time for the game to change a bit. It's time for the game and the players to evolve respectively. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm down to be a part of this little adventure. If you need some youthful pizzazz, I'm here for it. But yeah, look forward to winning your show. Cheers. And then I filled out the rest of the online application, which is basic stuff like your age, send a picture of your face, ethnicity, and how much of a fan you are of the show, and then the real kicker, which is the video. Survivor done. Okay, now let's take a look at one of my personal favorites, one of the greatest factories of drama for the American nation. We're talking The Bachelor.
Gonna say roll tide.
Do an online application for a dude. What do we got going on here? Okay, I am at least 21 years of age. Why would you like to be on the show? Instagram followers, money, clout. That's probably the average answer for the majority of people that join the show. Okay, so I can't apply to The Bachelor because I'm not 21 yet. We'll give that 2 years and I'll be back. Life would be too easy if you landed on The Bachelor and you were a normal dude without any real baggage. You had some money, some career aspirations. Too easy, I'm telling you. Let's do America's Got Talent. Submit your online video audition now. How will you be referred to on the show? Let's call myself the Caucasian Enigma. Okay, act description. We're gonna call it an impressionist, one performer, me. And then I had to send them a video of me exhibiting talent, but since I didn't have any talent, I sent them a video of me performing the saxophone when I was 15 years old.
Alright, another George Michael tune.
We've applied to America's Got Talent. We just need to wait for them to recognize my unique skill set, and we may be on the show before I know it. All right, Catfish. This one I'm looking forward to. I don't know if you've ever seen MTV's Catfish, but if you're dating on the web, right, you got that babe who for some reason is trying to date your fat ass, and you realize and think to yourself, why is this girl coming after me? And then you realize you've been catfished. This is when you call up the catfish hunters. Is the other person in your online relationship 18 or older? Allegedly, ... Are you still in contact with your significant other? Occasionally, ... What is the name of the person you are talking to online? Samantha seems like a pretty menacing name. Do you have a secret or something to confess to your online partner? Have you made any fake online profiles? I have catfished over 6,000 girls in the past with pictures of Tyler Lautner, my more photogenic brother from another mother. Do you have a reason to believe that your current online crush is lying to you? Yes. I FaceTimed her once, and it was a dude, not a hot girl. Very confusing to me. Where online did you first meet your significant other? ChristianMingle.com. Alright, we just got done with Catfish. Let's get into some of these weirder dating shows that I found on the deeper end of the web here. So this one's called Are You the One? Let us see. If your perfect match was standing right in front of you, would you even know it? Probably not. The most ambitious dating experiment ever attempted, MTV selected 10 gorgeous single women and 10 hot single guys and put them through an extensive matchmaking process to find their perfect match. Obviously, now all 20 are living together in Hawaii, trying to figure out who is their match. If they do, they'll split the largest cash prize in MTV history, $1 million. Okay, so they are specifically looking for, if you are a twin, please click here. If you are a sexually fluid individual, please click here. Not sure what that entails necessarily. Okay, it has been sent. Okay, Master Chef. Man, I will tell you one thing. This was perhaps my favorite show at a certain point in my life. There's a certain sense of intensity, even when it comes to just people cooking food in a fast manner, because they're amateur chefs. They've never been professionals, but at the same time, the tension runs high, and you can tell. My dude, Chef Ramsay, is the puppeteer behind this show, it seems like, so let's apply. I have zero cooking experience behind the occasional ramen. Over easy eggs is my specialty. Alright, this one I'm looking forward to. Fear factor. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to make a video for this, and I'll have to eat like a cockroach in the video just to show my fear factor. So I'm only competing for 50 grand. That's not that much in the grand scheme of all these shows, I feel like, but let's go for it. Are you applying as team or single? We're gonna go single here. What's the most daring and dangerous thing you've ever done? Dang, I don't really have the credentials to do this, actually. What have I done that's been dangerous and or daring? What's something people would never know just by looking at you? We're just gonna put 12 inches. What do you want to be on fear factor? Money, money, money. And here's my fear factor video application. This video 100% came straight out of my ass. Didn't know what I was doing. I just made it. Hey, I'm gonna keep this spontaneous. You know, there's a guy who once said something along the lines of, man's greatest fear is nothing but fear itself. At the end of the day, the best people to have on fear factor aren't the ones who can jump off cliffs, do backflips, eat cockroaches, stick their hands in fire pits, etc. It's the people who deep down have yet to overcome their fears, but are fully capable of of doing so given the right financial environment. We're talking $50,000 on the line. And conveniently enough, the cash prize for Fear Factor is 50,000 big ones. Now, I'm no expert in mathematics or finances for that matter, but I will say one thing. Bring a coward to an event in which he needs to conquer his fears for 50 big ones, and he will do it. I'm 19 years old, and what I do for a living is entertain the universe by uploading digital videos to the internet for people to sit on the toilet and watch and think occasionally, right? My main job is to think of interesting thoughts. And how does this apply to Fear Factor? Well, I'm not quite sure, but I will say one thing. We don't need another jacked, six-pack, beefy buffoon who eats roaches on the daily. I think what you really need is someone who doesn't fit the Fear Factor mold. The exact opposite of the archetype, actually, which is gonna be me in this case. And I'm gonna be completely freaking honest. Honestly, I do have a few fears. One thing I don't fear is putting myself out there and trying to conquer those fears on live television for 50 big ones. If you need a guy like me, take what you got. Here I am. Cool. We've applied to Fear Factor. Not bad. All right, let's check out Wheel of Fortune here. Always a classic show I'd watch in my boyhood. Yeah, okay, this is the one where you spell stuff, I think. Here's my video app. Sometimes traditional wisdom would have you believe that opening a bottle cap from the cap is the best way to open the bottle, and I would have to agree. Sometimes the most obvious answer is the best answer. My name's Tyler. I'm 19 years old. Generally, it's difficult to sell yourself as a human being to another human being in less than a minute, much less a game show where you can win an ungodly sum of money in a very short period of time. But that's what I've been tasked to do. The obvious solution to this unusual problem may have been to show myself solving a Rubik's Cube or a crossword puzzle, but at the end of the day, I think the answer is pretty simple. Let's get the geezers on your show off the show. Let's spice up the dynamic a little bit, put some young blood in the contestant seat, and see what we can make happen. I'm not saying that I can't solve a Rubik's Cube, but I'm not saying that I can solve a Rubik's Cube. That's all I have to say. Cheers. Let's check out Wife Swap, another classic in my house. Always watch Wife Swap. For some reason, one of the best shows I ever watched on TV. The interplay of weirdly different households and whatnot. I don't know. It was good. Families with amazing personalities. I've watched a lot of Wife Swap in my day, and I would say that amazing is a very loose and ambiguous term, especially when it relates to Wife Swap here. Children can be any age, but ages 5 to 17 is ideal. Okay, well, I have to be in Georgia to be in the Wife Swap, so that's not gonna work. Okay, let's check out The Voice. Searching for solo artists and duos that perform all types of music. I like that. For those of you asking, I have plenty of singing experience in the past. Let me demonstrate.
Need no money, fortune, or fame. I've got all the riches, baby, what man can claim. I guess you say what can make me feel this way. My girl.
Stage name? Illustrious Hellfire. That's a sick name. I just came up on the fly. Music style, we're just gonna go soul. I am registered to attend the audition at The Voice. I like that. All right, let's apply for Jeopardy. I need a good photo. I registered for a test, and I think that'll be the initial filter for whether or not I can get on to Jeopardy. So this one's quite interesting to me. It's called The One That Got Away, and you're basically applying for not only yourself, but also for a significant other in the past who has gotten away from your grasp, right? They're searching for people who want to reconnect with a lost love for a compelling new documentary TV series. From the high school sweetheart that moved away to the holiday fling that fizzled because you lost each other's emails. Alright, screw it. I'll email her right now. Next, let's take a look at a new dating show, parentheses, comedy. Outgoing singles. Alright, I fit the bill. 20s, early 30s. Not quite there, but yeah, screw it. Let's go for it. Extroverted when necessary. Introverted when required. And let's put a little winky face to make things interesting. Tell us about your dating life. Non-existent. Winky face. You want to have kids? Of course, all caps, 10 plus, ideally. submitted the form, officially applied to the primetime dating casting crew. Awesome. Looking to cast couples that have been together online for some time yet have never met face to face. Okay, perfect. If you're totally ready to meet your online love for the very first time and are actually thinking that this is the person that you would like to marry, casting directors would like to hear all about it. So this one's about dating your ex's relative. We're talking sisters, cousins, mothers, brothers, grandmothers, grandfathers, etc. And if you're in a relationship with an ex's family member, or you're dating your ex's brother, sister, or other relatives, Jesus, has this made the relationship easier or harder? This is some pretty dirty stuff right here. Alright, folks. Now we're getting to my two favorite shows of all time. Let's check out my good friend Jerry. Look at his blushing youth. Doesn't look like I can really apply to be on Jerry Springer, but that's okay. Because I know I can apply to the Maury show. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen the Maury or Jerry Springer, but the classic one-liner is, of course,
You are not the father.
I can be a guest on the Maury show, and does someone in your family dress like an over-sexy, scandalous, hot mess? I'd have to say yes. Is your husband a serial cheater? Most likely so. Does your grandmother dress way too sexy for her age and needs a makeover? I would say so. Do you have family mystery that can be solved with a DNA test? Yes. Are you the father? Boom! My man Maury should be in touch with me shortly. Thank you, Maury. Dicey case of incest in the family. Okay, well, now that I've applied to all the scrub reality TV shows that don't even require a video, I need to shave the scruffy gruff on my chin here, get a haircut so I don't look like a hobo applying to these shows, and then after I do that, I'm gonna make the videos for the prestigious reality shows that actually require a video to display who you are, what your story is, etc. Alright, I finished all of the applications slash videos for the reality television shows. The toughest part is making the videos, I think. The majority of the shows only required a basic application. You know, at that point, I have no chance. You know, the casting calls and stuff like that, I think, will be the distinguishing factor in getting people into those shows. But for shows like Survivor, Fear Factor, Wheel of Fortune, where you can send in a video, that's where people really get to shine if they know what they're doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. For the Survivor one, I structured it in a way where I think it's pretty accurate to who I am, pretty decently communicated. For the Fear Factor one, I kind of just BS, pulled it out of my butt cheeks, quite frankly. For the Wheel of Fortune one, I kind of just disrespected Wheel of Fortune, just kind of talked down to them. I was just kind of trolling when I made that video. I think my best bet is in Survivor's video, but even then, my chances are probably extremely slim. You gotta think of the thousands of people who are applying, but you gotta also think a lot of these people are really bad at communicating and are really stupid as well, so that's a plus. But at the end of the day, be yourself. Who knows what might happen? Maybe I end up getting a call back. Chances are 99% chance I will not hear anything back from these guys, and that's probably how it is for the majority of people who apply. So honestly, I have no idea what's going to happen. I would venture to guess nothing does happen, but if and when it does, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'll make a follow-up video. If I end up playing Survivor, winning $1 million, you'll probably know regardless, but if not, subscribe. I'll let you know, and wish me luck. Maybe I'll be on your TV screen in 30 days. Who freaking knows, right? I doubt it, but who knows?